Young and the Restless spoilers. Full next week update, July 27 to July 31. Welcome back to our channel, folks. Today is a beautiful day, but my mind is completely consumed by the absolute chaos unfolding on our screens. So grab a snack and let's get into it. I cannot believe they are doing this. I am literally typing this at 2 a.m. because my brain will not shut off after watching what is happening with Mariah Copeland and Devon Winters. Can we talk about this for a second? Devon is officially acting like a complete and utter monster, and I am so sick of it. I know some people are loving this dark Devon era, but personally, I am disgusted. Mariah is finally coming home from the mental health facility. She has been locked away, getting the help she desperately needed after her psychological break. And what does Devon do? He threatens legal action. He wants to send her to prison? I mean, are we really going to ignore the fact that Mariah was a surrogate who went through literal hell for him and Abby? And I get it, okay? I understand that kidnapping Dominic was a horrific thing to do. I am not excusing the immense trauma that Devon and Abby went through when their baby was missing. But Mariah was sick? She was suffering from severe postpartum depression and psychosis. She wasn't acting out of malice. So to see Devon sitting there holding on to this venomous grudge, refusing to offer a single ounce of forgiveness, it just makes me hate him right now. Remember when Devon used to be the compassionate one? Yeah, didn't work then either because he always turns into this self-righteous billionaire whenever his ego is bruised. He is holding on to this rage, and it is destroying his family from the inside out. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at Abby in all of this. Abby is caught right in the middle, and you can see the massive cracks forming in their marriage. Abby actually realizes that putting Mariah in a cushy treatment center was the right move. She doesn't want Mariah in a cold prison cell. But Devon is just bulldozing right over his wife's feelings, making unilateral decisions about their family. And then there's Sharon. Poor, terrified Sharon Newman. She is fighting tooth and nail for her daughter, trying to appeal to whatever shred of humanity Devon has left. I mean, Devon and Mariah used to date. They loved each other once. How can he look Sharon in the eye and threaten to destroy her daughter's life? This is going to blow up in Devon's face, and honestly, I am here for it when it does. Okay, back to the point, because if Devon is making me mad, Nick Newman is making me want to throw my remote at the television. I'm sorry, but what is happening with Nick? The temptation is everywhere, and I am watching this man spiral straight into a brick wall. I've been watching since 2015, and this is the worst thing they've done to Nick's mental health. He is literally on the verge of relapsing into fentanyl and cocaine. And can you blame him? Look at his life right now. His family is in shambles, and the pressure is mounting from every single angle. Let's talk about Nikki for a second, because that scene broke me. Nikki sitting there, terrified, with Victor hovering over her like a vulture playing the devoted husband while secretly stealing her company. The eye bandages come off, and the doctors warn her that her sight might never return. Nick is watching his mother, the great Nikki Newman, completely vulnerable and terrified of permanent blindness. That emotional weight alone is enough to push any addict to the edge. But no, the writers couldn't stop there. They had to throw Phyllis and Matt Clark into the mix to completely push Nick over the edge. I cannot stand this. Phyllis Summers, the woman who shares a child with Nick, the woman who has supposedly loved him, is out here getting cozy with Matt Clark. Matt Clark, the man who tortured Nick, the man who drugged him, kidnapped him, and nearly killed him in that abandoned gas station in Vegas? And now Phyllis is dating him? Am I the only one who thinks this is complete character assassination for Phyllis? I know she wants revenge on Victor and she's desperate because of the AI framing scandal, but using Matt? It is sick. It is twisted, and it is destroying Nick's sanity. So, Nick catches Phyllis and Matt sharing an intimate moment, and he just loses it. He is threatening to kill Matt. Like, literally making death threats to the man's face. And Sharon is watching this, absolutely terrified because she knows Nick isn't just venting. He means it. Matt is playing this whole innocent, I have amnesia, I'm a changed man card, and Victor Newman is harboring Matt at the ranch. Victor claims he's keeping his enemies close, but he is pushing his own son into an early grave. Nick's drug cravings are skyrocketing, and if he kills Matt, he's going to prison. If he doesn't, he might overdose. I am dreading what comes next, but I also can't look away from this train wreck. But speaking of things I can't look away from, can we please talk about Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra? Because I am pulling my hair out over this storyline. Billy is making these massive, bold moves against his mother, Jill Abbott. He's always trying to prove he's the smartest guy in the room, taking these huge corporate risks to assert his dominance. But in doing so, he is completely neglecting Sally. And guess what? Sally is pregnant. Sally is pregnant, and nobody is talking about it. I mean, the show is giving us these tiny little scenes where Sally is talking to Audra Charles. Which, by the way, I am loving this unexpected friendship. Audra handing Sally the pregnancy test. Sally waiting for the results. The sheer terror in her eyes because she remembers losing baby Ava. That trauma is so raw and real. But where is the focus on this? Instead of focusing on Sally's emotional journey and the sheer gravity of her carrying Billy's child, the show is overshadowing it with Billy's corporate warfare with Jill. It is infuriating. Sally deserves the spotlight right now, not Billy's ego. Billy's going to ruin this. I can feel it in my bones. He is so consumed by his ego and his battle with Jill that he is going to push Sally away right when she needs him the most. Sally is already paranoid. She thinks Adam and Chelsea are attacking her company. She is pregnant, stressed, vulnerable, and completely terrified of the future. And Billy's bold moves are threatening their entire relationship. Remember when Billy tried to play corporate shark before and lost everything? Yeah, he never learns. He is going to alienate Sally, and I am going to be screaming at my screen when he does. And because Billy can't stop himself, his reckless plans are causing massive fallout that is hitting Kane Ashby and Lily Winters. As if Lily doesn't have enough on her plate right now. Lily is already dealing with the fact that Malcolm is dying and needs a bone marrow transplant. And who is the only match? Kane freaking Ashby. Kane, who is using this literal life-or-death situation to blackmail Lily for control of Chancellor Winters. It is the most despicable thing Kane has ever done, and now Billy's corporate mess is spilling over into their drama. It is so toxic, and yet Lily is feeling these confusing romantic sparks with Kane again. I mean, what is wrong with these people? Kane is holding her uncle's life hostage for corporate power, and Lily is getting hard eyes? And now, because of Billy's actions, everything is getting even more complicated for Kane and Lily. The corporate dominoes are falling, and I am just exhausted for Lily. She deserves so much better than being caught between Kane's manipulation, Devon's psychological breakdown, and Billy's recklessness. Give this woman a vacation. But you know who does deserve the world? Tracy Abbott. Tracy is the only person on this show right now who is acting with pure, unadulterated bravery. Can we just give a massive round of applause for Tracy? Diane has been kidnapped by Dr. Lawrence Markham, who is a literal psychopath. Jack is recovering at home. Diane is paralyzed with paranoia because Markham is still out there, and Tracy decides to step up and be the hero we all need. Tracy is taking the most terrifying risk of her life by digging into the Martin Laurent and Lawrence Markham mystery. She realizes that Markham's hideout was filled with Alan Laurent's books, so she volunteers to contact Martin Laurent himself. Martin, the psychopathic twin. Tracy is putting herself in the crosshairs of a serial killer to save her family. I am terrified for her, but I am also so incredibly proud. Tracy has always been the peacemaker, the one baking cookies and offering a shoulder to cry on. But now she is a fierce warrior. I just pray she doesn't get hurt, especially with Patty Williams still lurking around causing chaos and blackmailing Jack. Patty is a menace, and Tracy is walking right into the lion's den. And speaking of chaos, I really don't even want to talk about this because it makes me physically nauseous, but I have to. Kyle Abbott and Victoria Newman. Gross. Just gross. Let's move on. I mean, I know they are bonding over their shared family trauma. Kyle is furious at Victor for the Patty situation. Victoria is mourning Cole and dealing with Victor stealing Nikki's company. They are sharing secrets, there are sparks flying, and I am just sitting here gagging. Kyle is so much younger, and Victoria has dated his uncle, Billy. It's too much. Claire is going to lose her mind when she finds out, and honestly, I will be 100% on Claire's side. Finally, let's circle back to Matt Clark's future. What is the end game here? I don't see him leaving Genoa City anytime soon. He is sinking his claws into everyone. He's got Victor protecting him at the ranch. He's got Noah ready to explode and commit murder. And he's got Phyllis getting dangerously close to him. I am genuinely worried about Phyllis. I know she thinks she can outsmart Matt, that she can use him to get back at the Newmans and clear her name. But Matt is a predator. He is playing the amnesia card perfectly, and Phyllis is walking right into a trap. The fact that Phyllis is risking everything, including Nick's sanity, to play games with Matt Clark is just mind-boggling. This entire town is a powder keg right now. Devon is ready to explode on Mariah, Nick is ready to overdose or kill Matt, Billy is blowing up his life with Sally, and Tracy is dancing with a psychopath. I am exhausted, I am stressed, and I absolutely cannot wait for tomorrow's episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I need to know I'm not the only one losing my mind over this absolute masterpiece of a mess.